Shalom everybody, this is Supported Brain. This is for part 2 of the diffusing the gang-stalker witch-stalker tactic of gaslighting and home invasion. And this is one more of the paintings that it was in the stack there that I generally keep against the wall. This one is actually the reason this was originally I was painting this one for the ministry, and the idea was to finish it and turn it into postcards and maybe even posters. And as you can see, what it is just a hand that is holding up some art supplies. Just you can see like pencil erasers, an eraser, a small container of red ink, and a pen and a pencil, just some utensils that that are used for art. The kind of gray globber, that's a kneaded eraser, and then you have just another eraser there, one of the Statler erasers, and this is supposed to be a one of the dual tip markers. If you've ever seen the dual tip markers, where one end is more of a hard point, and then then there's I think the other one is lost on the other end, but has a wider brush on it, almost like a brush. But anyways, the idea was that this was going to be on one side, and then right here where you can see there's nothing, it was going to be, the wording was going to be from a verse in, I think, either 1st or 2nd Corinthians. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Almighty to the pulling down of strongholds. And I kind of felt a little bit, I wasn't sure about that, because technically carnal would mean something physical, something fleshly, and obviously, clearly, if my weapon of choice is pencils and pen and then and ink, well then yeah, it is carnal. And so I was felt kind of like, I wasn't sure if that was accurate enough, and so I was thinking of maybe adding to, or kind of like maybe doing a play on words in terms of that verse. The weapons of our warfare are not violent, or the weapons of our warfare are not. I wasn't sure what to put there, but that was the verse that I originally had in mind, and so I felt kind of like stuck with that. So this is one of them that I would ideally like to finish. So what would you maybe leave in the comment section down below? What would be a verse that you would think should go there, or should I just leave it as that verse that's in the book of Corinthians, and just leave it as that, knowing that what I mean is the weapon is that the actual artwork itself, the ideas that it presents, the themes that they're going to be talking about, they're not flesh and blood. They're not carnal in that sense. Maybe I could still use it. But anyways, it'd be interesting to get your opinion on that. But this is one of the paintings that they are looking at, or monitoring, or just messing with, or whatever, I don't know. But again, just I'm not, at this point, before I had done this, none of you had ever really seen any of my artwork, except for the one time I did put up some of the editorial cartoons and such that I was doing. But these are the paintings, and I actually feel a bit more confident about my painting than I do about my drawing. But this is another one. This is actually going to be, if it were going to be finished, it's going to be a portrait of the reggae singer Chronix, and it's actually done. That's actually, as opposed to canvas, it's actually wood panel. But as you can see, again, it's barely started. I mean, let me zoom in here a little bit. But you can see where I just blocked in his a little the shape of the head. You've got his hairline, his nose and his mouth, but that's not even, if you know who he is, then you realize that that's really not an accurate, excuse me, I apologize for that, that's really not an accurate depiction of what his actual nose and what his features look like. But you can see it's barely done. I've barely gotten in, blocked in the collar to his jacket and the shoulder there, and this was, I was going to, along with working on a new surface, I don't generally work on wood panel. I usually also only work with usually just liquid, just oil paints and liquid. But this time I was decided to just brave some new waters, and I was like working on this one with some just Gamlin products, just different oil solvents and mediums and such. So I was just trying to branch out in the new territory, see what it was like. But I just ran out of time, and just sometimes I can get so involved in a painting I don't paint photorealism, but I like the approach because I think that it really does teach an artist how to really work on detail and not be intimidated by detail, but just to really get in there and do it. And so I like that approach to it, but sometimes I get so intense with that, I get so focused on that I need to just kind of like step away from a painting for a while and then come back again with like a fresh pair of eyes. And so, but then, you know, working and such, it's just, I just never got back around to working on it. But this is one of them that ideally I would like to finish. Let's see. And so another one, let's see. I pulled a bunch of them. Okay, this is two, but this is one of my own. As you can see, it's not a store. This is not a store, but I did this one. I stretched this one. But, so yeah, so that's, again, just more of paintings that I did. And again, I'm just going through these just to share with you, this is what they've been doing. You know, this is what they're looking at. And I know that I always say, you know, I always announce, you know, this is Sephora Bream and, you know, the artistic director, but this is my artwork. This is my artwork. This is what I enjoy doing, and so finally you're getting to see it. If you're still interested, I hope you stick around. There's because some of these I'm going to go through some of the rolls of canvases that I have in the corner over there. You're going to get a chance to look at those. This one here is this one I was starting to do. This is of I was looking at the theme of just targeted individual, where this individual, she is basically what she's doing is she's standing on the target, and she's got her head up and a fist in the air. And I didn't finish this one. Again, it's this is the underpainting. It's I apologize for that. The underpainting is it's like an oak. Like a burnt sienna, burnt umber palette, you know, but I was going to go in and once I got it really blocked in and started working on the details, I was going to get it more color to it. But again, you know, I just never got back to it. So this is one of them that was over there. Maybe this is one of them that they're monitoring. I don't know. But yeah, so that's it for this part 2. Please come back and watch the other parts. It's going to be some of the I've got some of the, I pulled out some of the canvases here that were rolled up. I'm going to show you some of those. Some of those are from assignments that I had from like some of the art classes that I took, just different themes that they would have that the instructors would give us. But okay, this is part 2. Shalom.